I came to Canada in 2013 as a skilled worker, and almost since 2013 till this moment I have stayed much of my life in park extension. So I'm very much anchored into park extension. So park extension is kind of my identity now. I was staying in 8305 Avenue, Bloomfield from October till the beginning of this month, May 2021. I can say that is my main relation with that building because I was a tenant over there. The building was sold, I guess, in July 2020, and prior to that, our older landlord, he was not paying any attention to any kind of repairs. We have faced several problems while we were staying there. In particular, we had many cockroaches. At one occasion we have bed bugs, then there were mice infestation, and in addition to that there were other repairs which were exposing with the passage of time. So there were so many problems during our stay in that building. And when the new landlord, he purchased the building in July 2020, he was not polite from day one. He was threatening, harassing and intimidating almost to all the tenants. He knocked on my door. If I still remember that he handed over me a paper saying, "Oh, you have only 5 minutes to sign this, otherwise you will be kicked by hooks or crooks," if I can rephrase his words. The landlord was spending money. We have no I'm talking about the new land. He was renovating the outside but not the inside. So we were considerate about the fact that he is spending money, and we put ourselves in his shoes that if we would be at his place, what would be the ideal situation. Even though we know that by law we are protected, that during the term of the lease he cannot increase the rent. So we had a mutual agreement with him that he will be giving us a new washroom, he will be giving us a new kitchen, and we have to bear the cost of heating and hot water. So we agreed that if he gave us new kitchen and new washroom, we will pay him $640, if I am not mistaken. That I was paying $570 a month, and we said, okay, if he will do this, we can increase to $640 or $650, and we will also bear the cost of heating and hot water. But there were some tenants who were undocumented, if I know correctly. He pressurized them, and they were not having previous leases, so he threatened them that they will be kicked out. So he was successful to compel them to sign a new lease at $725 for a 3.5. So he, to my understanding, he got this idea that if he used the same tactics, he can also oblige other tenants to sign the lease at $725 or roundabout. So he turned away from the agreement which we had, that we will pay him $640 or $650 in case if he give us new kitchen, new washroom. And the reason we were demanding for new kitchen and washroom was because, as I said, there was a history of cockroaches, mice and bed bugs, mold. So that was mainly related to kitchen and washroom. So we want to live in a peaceful environment, so that's the reason we were willing to pay him more, even though we know that by law we were well protected. But he did not respect that agreement, and he said, okay, I will go ahead by my own. Because I was one of the oldest tenants staying in that building. I was staying there since 2016, and there was only one family who was staying before me. So they came to me and they said, okay, what's the solution, how we can stop him from harassing. And so thankfully I can say, since I had dealt a case with my previous landlord, and thanks to Cape, I was in touch with them repeatedly, so I was a bit aware of my rights. At that moment we involved Cape, and we organized a protest that okay, it's enough is enough. Now he's not, we cooperated with him that we are ready to pay him a bit extra provided he fulfill his demand, that he give us a new kitchen and washroom, but he's not respecting, his greed is not ending. So we said okay, now enough is enough. We created group on WhatsApp. I think that helped us a lot. We held a protest in October 2020. I guess it was 3rd or 4th of October. So thankfully, like too many community people, they participated in that protest, and it was covered by national media, it was covered by global news, by CTV. After that, his attitude was changed a lot. He was not going to, that's what I did not heard, at least. He was not going to the other people's room and knocking and threatening them. So I think it helped us that we spoke for our rights, and it let the landlord know that there is some forum like CAPE who helped us to organize that protest, that tenants can approach them to execute their rights, to protect their rights, and seek some information when they are in trouble. We really feel a lot more accomplished, maybe a lot more enforced. We feel that we are not alone. In case there is any issue, our neighbors, our community, they will be along with us. So that was a huge confidence booster for us. And for that reason, if I may suggest for future people who are facing any such kind of issue, if they speak for their rights, definitely community is there to help them. It will not only help the people who are suffering, but it will motivate the other people who are fearing that if they speak up, they will be evicted, there is no place for them to be heard. No, that's not the case. Like, there are tenant association which will guide them. There are pro bono lawyers who can help them. So that's a hope, like